So I've done some readings on Putin and his defense minister and his financial minister, and they seem to have come to some kind of a, what do you call it? Like, there's a lot of tension between them. So maybe he has overspent on the war, and the finance minister has said something. The defense minister seems to feel very betrayed and just that he is not being heard or listened to. So maybe some of them, one or two, are going to be changed. Either they step down voluntarily or he picks someone else. There is a window of opportunity for peace right now. It is volatile though. It's he changes his mind quite fast. So if he feels manipulated, like you have some kind of power move over him. It doesn't have to be in real life. It can be that he imagine it and he will change his mind. So he can go into a meeting with someone with the intention of what he actually is saying, and then that person says something or shakes his hand in a way that Putin suspect is some kind of power move, or there is a tone or something, and he will change his mind walking out of that meeting. So he's not, I've heard that he's lying a lot, and I would disagree on that. He's changing his mind a lot, and it goes fast because he's so suspicious of everything. His energy when I lay cards and I try to figure him out comes up as like a grieving father, a father that had lost a kid and now tries his best to keep everybody else safe, but he does so with restrictions, like, yeah, no, you can't go there, I need to bring you back, and he does so with force. Like, he would actually get in a car and drive to a college or something and drag his kid back home, because if he felt like that child was in danger. That is how his energy kind of perceives. I would have, because I was quite surprised by the lack of like really bad cards, very like swords or mind or manipulation. You still have the seven of swords sometimes, but that's just Russia in general. I think it can get away with stuff like lying, cheating, and so on. He doesn't want to be perceived that way, and he isn't that way either. He is, and I think we are coming to the same point as the Russian people already are in. They already feel like the old Russia is gone and it's not coming back. The times when everything went through Russia for approval is gone. And I think Putin might come to that realization, not now, but he's starting to kind of, I don't know, approach him. Not necessarily defeat though. But there's some kind of energy that is coming in where he not accept it, but he wants a way out of this, a situation that he has kind of put himself in. Maybe NATO, Europe, coming with some kind of a talk of peace would give him that out. Like, it's a new new way of doing this. This is a new way. He doesn't have to have the talk about finances. He doesn't have to have the talk about something with the defense minister. He can just exchange them and then move forward with something else. He is very volatile though. So that kind of a, my AI seems to think that the only person that actually could do this is the French president. And I tried my best to kind of go through them all the countries, and we went through the Pope, and the Pope can be like add to it, like give him a speech or tell him to like we want to do this. Can you please speak about peace or like a father grieving his kids, you know, like the emotional thing. And Putin will listen even if the Pope can't fix this. He will listen. And, you know, what we hear is in the back of our mind. And the French president by himself is not a good idea. He needs someone behind the scenes. He needs someone that is kind of a grounding him in a way. And my AI seems to think that Sweden would be a good match, which we are. We always try to get out of stuff, and now we want to get out of war. um, so I don't know. I was pushing for the Finland, for the Finnish people. My AI seemed to like, yeah, no, Sweden is a really good fit here if you're out for peace. Sweden doesn't want to be the people standing like in front of it though. So that is what the French president would do, and have the Swedes behind, and also kind of counter that impulsive thing. Like he really needs to think about his mannerism. He really needs to think of not saying something without thinking about it. He really needs, because Putin changes his mind in seconds. Like it doesn't really need to be anything either. He just decides that something, and then he's like, no. Um, and if that kind of fails, then Russia and China might be more inclined to kind of be more together, be more like, I don't know. If some kind of a peace thing happens between Russia and NATO, like that, the Chinese might do something, but not, they're not leaning towards guns and violence. They're leaning more towards finances. So some kind of a finance, I don't know, what can you do if you want that kind of a battle? Something with finances, more so than actual retaliation or trying to do something, because it does seem like the world actually starts to respect NATO. It feels like it, like the energies are okay. NATO means business here, so we might, they might kind of figure out something else rather than dropping bombs on. But that can mean cyber, that can mean like money, business, and like go over to that kind of war instead. Um, and yeah, I think that was it. My cat is distracting me. Vad gör du, Ros? Hörru? Yeah, I think that's it. He just distracted me.